Hello, hello.
Welcome back. This is V here.
And Pam.
And we are not in the kitchen today.
But we are still the Kindred vegans.
Yes. And today we want to talk about something a little different other than cooking and recipes. And we want to come out here and talk about it because it's part of our weight loss journey.
Yeah, so we want to make sure we're being open and honest with you all so that you can learn from what we do, because that's how we learn, is from what everybody else does.
Yeah.
So we are going to hop inside this coffee shop, and there's a reason, and we will bring you on this journey and talk more about what's going on. Make sure you go down below and hit that like, share, subscribe button, and then leave us a comment and let us know how you're doing on your weight loss journey with whole food, plant-based eating. All right?
All right, so coming back to what we needed to talk about. We have been on this weight loss journey. That was the whole point of starting Kindred Vegans, right?
Yes.
And we've said this before, we've said this a lot. We've tried every diet that's out there under the sun. We've spent so much money on this, in this industry. And
and I'm sure you can all relate.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone that's on a journey, weight loss, trying to, everyone has gone through a certain type of thing that, they've found, they've struggled with it, they've succeeded with it. For us, we went whole food plant-based in 2019, and we've been whole food plant-based since then. But we wanted to talk to you a little bit about what we noticed the other day.
And you all know that we eat a 50-50 meal plan. 50% starchy vegetables, 50% non-starchy vegetables. We keep it in balance. We eat 3 meals a day. We have snacks. We can have fruit for snacks, or we'll have another 50-50 meal as a snack. We do not limit ourselves as far as the amount of food that we eat. We just make sure that it's 50-50.
And my kids can tell you that whenever I'm eating, they're like, how much do you eat? And I feel like I'm eating more now than I was before, but whenever I eat, I make sure it's 50-50. And that's kind of like my snack. Like, I get hungry in between, so I would rather I'd pull out a leftover meal, I'll cut up a cucumber or maybe add some salad to it, make it 50-50. And that's just how I snack, because my kids, sometimes they have a 3-hour game or whatever. I would rather eat than stay starving, which is what happened the other day to us.
We went out to eat to a restaurant that somebody else picked, and we have always said that we can find something to eat anywhere.
But we couldn't find anything. We could not.
They did not have, it was kind of a meat and potatoes upscale restaurant.
It was a salad place.
And they had mashed potatoes and French fries. We can't eat those.
Yeah, but they did not have a baked potato or any starch of that sort. They did have cilantro rice, but a lot of places cook their rice in chicken broth.
Chicken broth, yeah.
So we didn't. So we just asked for a salad.
Right. I'll tell you what I asked for, because I've done this many places.
Yeah.
I say, can you take whatever vegetables you have in the kitchen? Because I saw on their menu they had broccoli, they had asparagus, they had other vegetables. I said, can you put it into a bowl? I don't want cheese, I don't want meat, because they had a lot of meat salads.
Yeah, they did.
And I don't want croutons, and then just bring me a balsamic vinegar.
And when the salad came out, it was just on the bottom, very bottom, it was a lot of tiny chopped cucumbers, really tiny, that we were having a hard time eating those.
Because you can't get them up off the plate.
Something you would put in a pico, sort of, like tiny pieces, but it was just so hard to eat those. And then there was a bed of romaine, and then on top there were onions and 2 long bell pepper strips. That's it.
And the balsamic vinegar.
Yeah, and 2 things of balsamic. That's what we got. And
no starchy vegetables at all.
Nothing
that we could eat.
It was a busy day for us. Like, we started off early. We did have breakfast, but we started off early, and it didn't end till mid-afternoon, and we
started to get hungry. I mean, a salad with no starches in there, because the starch is what fuels your body.
Yeah.
So if you don't have those starches in there, it you get hungry quickly.
Yeah. So we, in an hour, really, when we started driving back, we started to get hungry. But we knew the one restaurant that we rely on was closing by the time we got here. So it wasn't a choice. So it was like, okay, we got to pull through, because we still have a little bit of work left before, So we came to this coffee shop.
We're sitting at it. We love the coffee shop.
Yeah. The chai, we always get the chai. Sometimes I get coffee, but their chai is perfect.
Yeah. It's not sweet.
It's not sweet. And so in the Indian culture, the chai is considered good when it's creamy. So when my mom was teaching me to make chai, she'd say it has to be equal portions of water and milk, right? But I don't like it that way. I need my chai to be strong. I need it to be, I don't like it creamy. I like it strong, you know?
And we get that they have oat milk here.
Yeah, they have
oat milk. You know, oats are a starch.
So that's what we said, okay, we can stop for 5 minutes at the coffee shop, get a chai. We got a chai, you know, and we tried to get through the day.
We pushed through.
Yeah.
But then in the evening, I'll tell you, I was texting with V as we're rounding out our day. We kind of touch base, like, what do we need to be doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
What are we? And so I was texting V, and I'm like, man, I'm exhausted. I'm just.
It wasn't good.
I have no energy.
Yeah.
I'm wore out.
Yeah, that day it felt like we were struggling to move from one place to the other because I remember that day we went to pick up my kids together, and it was just a struggle. Like, you know, it came down to a point where even decision making was a struggle. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say your thought process gets fogged when you have no energy.
Yeah.
Your brain's not being fed.
Yeah.
And so
it was kind of hard. And it wasn't just that day. It was a few days that followed along that
which I know that I went home and I had my meal. I mean, it's not like I did not eat.
Okay.
I got back on track, but
I did not have time to. I got home with the kids. We did homework and we were out the door. So I didn't even have time to grab something to eat. And I tell you, I grabbed a banana on the way out, but with nothing and just a banana, it didn't hold me long. And it was around 7 by the time we got back home that night. And I texted Pam and I said, I don't have any energy. I started to feel my migraine come on, which lasted the whole week, and I had a really bad migraine this past weekend, and I was texting Pam about that. All I did all day was throw up because my migraine wouldn't settle. And usually with me, if I'm hungry too long, my migraine starts. And it's just been a struggle, like, you know, so it basically boils down to we skipping stuff, you know, or
you can't
because
it has an
function.
impact. It has an impact, and it lasts. It's not just that day. You think you're going to recover, but it's not.
It takes a few days.
It takes a few days for you to get your energy back and to feel like you're back on target again.
Yeah, and
I mean, so we learned, you know, we have to really be conscious. We always say that.
Yeah.
But we have to be very conscious of taking food with us, of making sure that we're eating proper.
And especially if you know the restaurant, look it up. That's what we were thinking. The person we were meeting at, we saw some bananas. Like, we should have just grabbed a banana. We should have just asked for a banana. But it was, you know, that day it was, and I'm sure a lot of people relate to this, like, you are in such a rush that you don't even stop to think, well, how will I get through the day if I don't have enough to eat, you know? So I think, and not eating is not a solution to weight loss. It's not.
It's
you
never.
don't. And I've usually noticed when I don't eat, because of the way my body reacts, my weight actually goes up. That's how I've seen it. So not eating and calorie counting is something that we do not suggest. And we have seen it with ourselves.
Yes.
That's why we are relating this message to you, because we know how it is, how this journey of weight loss is. It's an up and down battle, but we can help you through this.
Absolutely. And we have preached about planning and taking food with you and stuff when you're traveling, but it's just as important when you're at home. It's just as important.
Yeah. In fact, at home, we kind of tend to slip off pretty quickly. I know that when I'm out traveling, I kind of make sure that I find stuff for me to eat. I remember we went to Disney with the kids one year, and I was vegan, and it was hard to find food within the park. So I would go to places like Target and stuff, and I would just grab a salad from there. And then sometimes they have like a quinoa salad, so it would be like you have your quinoa and you have your greens in there, so it's like a good 50-50. At that time, I didn't know about 50-50, but I just felt like, okay, there's quinoa in there and there's some greens in there, so that's my meal for the park.
Right.
So, you know, it's like, at that time, if we're out, we managed to get our food in. We've talked about you being on the road and how you've, you know,
Right.
taken care of it. You have a microwave in the hotel. Even the crock pots now that you can plug into your car. So you don't even need a microwave in the hotel. You know, you
Yeah.
can figure it out. But it all comes down to eating right to lose weight, and not
Fueling your body.
Yes,
It's
fueling
not
your
about
body.
deprivation. It's
Yeah.
about abundance.
So if you are someone who relates to this and needs help with weight loss, we can help you.
Leave us a comment down below. We'll get in touch with you. Send an email to kindredvegans@gmail.com. We'll get back in touch with you. Just reach out, because we have been through this. We have had clients that have gone through this that have been successful at losing weight and keeping the weight off.
Yeah.
And we can
And-
help you too.
Yeah. And tell us about your favorite place where you go for, I guess, a chai.
Yeah.
We'll stick with chai.
Down in the comments below. Yeah. Tag them.
Yeah, tag them.
As I travel around North Carolina, I've been texting V about the chai. Okay, this chai, not so good, but
Yeah.
this chai is amazing.
And,
you know,
and
it's
one
like,
tip we have about chai is, if the coffee shop pulls out a powder,
oh,
run. Don't drink the chai.
yeah, it always has a lot of added things in it, and
Yeah.
it has, you know,
And there's no flavor, and we're big suckers for flavor.
and it's a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
I have found that the powdered ones tend to be the real sweet
ones.
sweet
yeah.
ones.
So check back here next week. Until then, if you're someone who needs help with weight loss, don't forget to get in touch with us. We can help you with that.
Yeah, and make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell so that you know every time we come out with a new video. And we will see you back here next Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Bye for
Bye.
now.